Hey everybody, it's Stu Benson from Benson Auctions coming to you live and shaky from my car. I do apologise for the camera work. Hopefully though, my point is very clear. I'm just going to quickly touch on some of the conversations I've had this week with friends, family, real estate agents, property developers and mortgage brokers about the Royal Commission into the banking sector. And before you tune out and say, well, this doesn't affect me, I would say, hand on heart, it will if it doesn't already. And hopefully by the end of this video, you're able to give it a like and a share and get it out to as many people as possible. The findings of the Royal Commission into the banking sector by Kenneth Hayne QC have turned out to be a bit of a slap on the wrist to the banks, whilst being a massive slap in the face to the Australian consumer. That's you, that's me, that's anybody who's looking at engaging with a bank and getting a mortgage or a refinance of any type. Yes, heads have rolled. Yes, there have been some retirements and golden handshakes taken place in the banking sector, and probably more to come. But the share prices of the banks have all gone up over the last couple of days, and they have done so with reason, because there is confidence that the banks are going to continue to make money, and not just make money, make more of it. Why will they make more of it? Because one of the biggest recommendations of the Royal Commission is to stop trail commissions to mortgage brokers. Now, why is that important? Well, if you've engaged a mortgage broker, and statistics say that about 60% of us who finance or refinance do and have, you will note that a mortgage broker charges you nothing. Why? Because they get paid by the bank. Now, the recommendation of the Royal Commission is that they don't get paid by the bank anymore. They deliver the bank on a silver platter a 30-year client. They come to our houses before we go to work, after we come home from our second job. They get us the best possible rate. They are a broker. It's not just a clever name. They actually broker us the best possible interest rate, so that when we do jump into a 30-year commitment into bricks and mortar, we are doing so saving as much money as we possibly can. They charge us nothing for that. They are paid by the bank because they have delivered the bank a 30-year client. That sounds fair to me. The findings of the Royal Commission is that mortgage brokers shouldn't be paid by the banks, and if that happens, they will have to charge us. The RBA came out today and said that our economy is not in good shape at all. They are talking about lowering the cash rate and lowering the interest rates as early as the next sitting of the RBA meeting. Go to a shopping centre and have a look at how many retail stores are boarded up waiting for another tenant. We're already not going out to dinner anymore. We're already not upgrading our cars, going on small domestic holidays. We are not spending. We can't afford to pay mortgage brokers as good as their service is. Without mortgage brokers in this ecosystem of home ownership, we will be beholden to the big four banks. We will have to pay whatever they tell us to. Their monopoly grows as fast as their share price has in the last couple of days. It's not a coincidence, guys. We need mortgage brokers. We need free mortgage broking services. Mortgage brokers should be remunerated by the banks that they deliver 30-year clients to. Mortgage brokers help the hip pocket of the average Australian. It might only be tens of dollars a week, but that turns into hundreds of dollars a month. Those hundreds of dollars a month turns into thousands of dollars a year. And over the life of a mortgage broker can save you tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars that we can pump back into the economy and that we can spend on other things, not just give it to the banks. Scott Morrison, Mr. Prime Minister, please make sure that these changes are implemented, not just for my sake, but for the next generations coming through, who don't want to be handcuffed to whatever interest rate the banks determine that they would like to charge us. Mortgage brokers keep them honest. Mortgage brokers keep money in our pockets where we're needed, so that we can go out and spend, so that we can go out and stimulate the economy, so that people stay in jobs. To the opposition leader, Bill Shorten, if this government is not able to promise that the mortgage broking industry leading into the next election will be safe from the recommendations of the Royal Commission, I would implore you to make sure that it is your party's policy that the mortgage broking industry remains, and that, yes, do some serviceability checks, but make sure that that industry remains remunerated by the banks that it delivers clients to every single day of the year. The pendulum will swing, you will win votes, or, Mr. Morrison, you will stay in power by virtue of serving the general population who needs that money. Guys, have a wonderful weekend. Support a mortgage broker. Like and share it if you can. But most importantly, if you see a petition or you see a mortgage broker, help them out, sign the petition, and really get in their corner. We need them. They help us. And big banks, not all about you, despite what the Royal Commission says.